Hey guys, welcome to Crochet and Coffee. This is Susie with another episode of one of my passions in life, or my obsessions, I should say, crochet. And I thought today that I would show you some really cool little bracelets that I made, some jewelry, just one piece, a jewelry piece. I'm not into earrings. I don't really like crochet earrings. Yeah, it's not my style. There are some necklaces that I've seen online that are pretty neat, but like I said, when it comes to jewelry, crochet jewelry, I just prefer the headbands or the bracelets, things like that. I prefer to keep the gold for my neck and for my finger. I like gold jewelry as well, and silver, especially crystal pieces, crystal pendants. But if you just hang on tight, I'm going to switch over to what I'm talking about, and yeah, 1 second. So this is the bracelet that I'm talking about, and this is the part of the latch. Unfortunately, this idea for a latch is not a good one. I'm going to have to make an adjustment on it. And if you go down to the bracelet, it's this long in length. And as you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. And I just simply chose a granny square that I like, or any square pattern, and used a very fine thread and a 1.5 millimeter crochet needle. It's very tiny, and this is actually the thread that I used for this particular bracelet. This is a DMC thread. I believe it's size number 12. Yeah, it's a number 12. And I beaded strings onto it, some high quality. I'm not sure if it's crystal, but maybe it's a kind of glass. I'm not sure. It feels like a stone. I don't remember. But it wasn't cheap. It was good stuff. And yeah, that's the size that I use for this particular bracelet. And like I said, I only wore it once, and that is because when I did wear it, and luckily I realized it fell off, and that's not a good thing. I don't want to make something and have it fall off and lose it forever. But I like the design. Like, I like having the latch part facing up. But this is the front part, and I actually sewed on a little embellishment green shiny bead on there, but it can easily be taken off. If you don't like it, you could just, if you don't like it, I can remove it. But I'm thinking about adding a friendships bracelet style wraparound to securely have it secure on my arm and have it more funky looking. But I really like it. I think it's cool. I love the color so much. The green, this dark mossy olive green is my ultimate faves. I just love this color. And yeah, so it's this particular size thread, this needle. And here I was making a second attempt. I was learning how to do a flower of life pattern, and I was learning on a much larger size thread, but I made an attempt using this thread, and it just wasn't a good idea because I was still learning how to do this pattern, and this pattern is kind of it's tricky. It's definitely tricky. And I was also attempting. I was trying to figure out how to incorporate beads into this pattern, and it just wasn't working out so well, so I just stopped. I just stopped. I'm going to have to rethink it, but actually I'm going to have to do this pattern again before I forget, because my mother-in-law actually showed me how to do it. I searched online everywhere, and I could not find a pattern, a free pattern that is. There was patterns out there that is available to be bought, but I just hate buying patterns because I just don't like to buy them unless I really, not just your basic simple pattern, right, like the stitch, but I can understand if you're buying a pattern for a sweater or some sort of clothing, right, that's fine. But as far as basic stitches go, I think it's unfair that people sell them just for that. But anyhow, that's my little rant. And here's another example of using really fine thread. Here is a different designed, a different pattern of a granny square, and I used 3 different colors: this orange and this rose and another green. And this is actually a third piece to a card of my tarot card holder. I made it, and I'm so terrible, as you could probably figure out from these videos. I start a project and it takes me ever to finish it. But I stopped halfway through it because I'm in the process of connecting the 2 sides together so that I can slip my tarot deck into it. But I want to give you a close-up. There are beads incorporated into this pattern. Here, let me pull one away. So you probably, oh, it's the wrong side. That's why you can't see them. Here are the beads. I got beads in the pink and the rose, and there are some beads in the green there. And I put in a bead where the squares are connecting. And so I just need to sew these 2 sides together like this. I did started it, but it was just the edging, I didn't like it. I originally had a crocheted an edging that I was going to attach from here to here, but you know what? I lost the pattern. I can't remember the pattern. I didn't know it off by heart, and so I lost my pattern to this edging, and I was actually going to attach both sides of this case with this edging, but I decided maybe not, because I only got this much of it, unless I find a new pattern I can use. And this is a lid. I'm going to attach this part to one of the sides here so that it can be a flip over, right? Anyhow, these are just some of ideas. Anyhow, those were just some new ideas for you to try out. Go look up some square crochet patterns and then switch up the size of your needle and thread, and you come up with a whole new genre of projects and ideas that you can make. If you're not a detail freak, you may not want to attempt it, but if you are, or if you're into making jewelry, such as this bracelet here, and this tarot deck holder, it can be anything. I've made crystal holders. But that's my video for today for crochet and coffee. It's really short today. Check out my little video, or my little clip with my baby girl, Princess Strawberry. She's very hard to get cuddles and kisses from, so that's why I coax her to give me a kiss. And my coffee is done for the day. This is my second, actually. I had a cup of tea. No, I had to have my mandatory coffee. But I do actually want to mention. I want to mention that I'm watching this YouTube channel called Uptown Grow Labs. Let me double check that. Oopsies. Yeah, Uptown Grow Labs Inc. But it is very informative. They went and checked out the Oregon Growers Guild, showing all sorts of strains, medical strains of cannabis, and the CBC ones for children, medical, children, like the strains, I think it's Charlotte's Web, for children dealing with epilepsy and all that. But I am definitely an advocate of legalizing the stuff, the green stuff. And I hope one day to have a garden so that I can grow a plant outdoors and attempt my green thumb at it and grow my own stash of products, edibles, but not the kind that'll throw you out of the park, but just your regular old-fashioned stuff that gets you nice and baked. But anyhow, thanks for listening, you guys. Here's my Black Sea little scarf that my auntie, one of my in-laws gave me. Family in-law. Anyhow, you guys, I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to finish off the rest of my day, go clean my house. My house needs it. I'm just feeling like such a lazy bum today. Didn't do nothing. I didn't go to the gym. I'm not doing my lesson plans. Every day last week I was up early and out of the house early, and today my bones were feeling kind of sore. I said just to stay in. It's one of those days. The weather is kind of blah. It's rainy. It's definitely winter time. But I like it this time of the year because the humidity level is down. I like my sweaters. Anyhow, once again, thanks for joining me for coffee, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out. What's you doing, Tooties? What you doing? What you doing? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Come on, give me a kiss. Come on. Give me a kiss. Aw, that's such a nice little girl. Aww.